You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in Studio HQ, the wood table, joined as always by Randy Angston. What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Good. Lots of moving parts. We got the let's see, give everybody an update on the building. So, we got our contractor selected about a week ago. Now we're kind of into what's called the value engineering phase. He's come in close. Every bidder came in high. Kind of give you an idea. I had a number in mind that would make sense, and everybody came in high and then high. You know what I mean? Like super high.
Scaled from there.
And it was interesting. There was, and I didn't select the lowest bidder on this project, mostly because I wanted to feel comfortable with the schedule and everything. But there was $1 million spread between the high and low bidder. It just makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We're picking the interior. We're using, we talked about him a couple podcasts ago, our interior designer, Quaco Black. You can check him out. He's doing some cool designs out there in the world. Check him out on Instagrams. So we've got our turf color. Everything's dialed in now. So we're getting all of our finishes put together, and and we're in with the city, and we're doing all that fun stuff. So that's a big headache. And I would tell you, it put me to the test.
Yeah.
It put me to the test. And I would see this crushing some people if they weren't kind of used to it or had the expectations it was going to be a breeze, which I know it's not.
No, I can tell you that, there's a lot of people obviously that are in your corner. We hear it every day. I see it every day. Even people that are kind of in our network but don't necessarily know you love to see that that's the next step that you're taking.
Good.
And so it's the progression of ownership of the entrepreneurial lifestyle, and that's next.
Yeah, building a little shopping center. So that's happening. We've got our Growth Summit that's right around the corner. I mean, 7 weeks out from now. I don't know when you guys are going to be hearing this podcast, but we're pretty close to done with tier 2 pricing. And then we go into tier 3, and we have only 25 tickets left at that point. We'll sell out. I mean, that was always the goal, is try to sell out as early as possible. So if you're on the fence, go check out the website, winninggym.com/Scottsdale, and you can check out the details on the Growth Summit, but that's going to be a great event.
Oh yeah. And like Tim said, waiting's only going to cost you more money.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So just take the action, lock yourself in.
And not to mention the tickets, but then the room blocks might fill up and the flights get more expensive. So just lock in as soon as you can. If you're on the fence, get the ticket, and let's see you out here in Scottsdale. So
yeah, force growth.
Okay, so this episode kind of stemmed from a video that our friend Rick Mayo, who's actually speaking at the Growth Summit, he brought this up today. And the perspective from Rick is really cool because he's dealing with large corporations and franchises at the big box level. And he brought up something that was interesting. He's like, hey guys, I just want to bring this up. Big box clubs, your $9.99, your $39 mid-tier kind of big box gyms like you would think of, eco gyms or whatever, or global gyms. They're taking their team training from an add-on, which, in some cases was $59, $69, $79 extra on top of the membership. And they're just burying it into their, premium level,
membership, sure.
Premium level membership. So, a club that's $9.99 might have a $29.99, and you get the team training, boot camp, metabolic, HIIT style classes, the word C word he always uses.
Oh, right? And they're bold. I mean, if you look at the big, Planet Fitness used to say, they used to just include in conversation, again, it's the marketing, right? But the consumer, to them, did they know the difference? I mean, they were marketing unlimited training for whatever price, $29 or whatever it was. I mean, to the marketplace, that is not the same as walking through our doors, or, like most of you guys listening, the difference. But to the consumer, that sounds like a great deal.
Sounds like a great deal. And they can go in a room and get the boot camp, the team training that you're offering at your studio for $29. Makes you wonder. I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a while for you guys that are just running that team training model. Here's your huge warning, alert.
Yeah,
like go,
we're getting late into it now.
You need to decide what you want to do with your business, because how are you going to compete with the big box guys that's just basically giving away the same training that you're giving away, even though you listening, and I know it's not the same. The trainers at that level versus the trainers in the studio level, obviously it's night and day. But again, we know that. The consumer doesn't know that. So here's your warning. You need to make the switch to something else, be it semi-private training, which is what we feel like is the clear-cut winner, or one-on-one, or a combination of both. But it's going to be harder and harder to get, that team training boot camp level membership out of the big box and pay you triple or 4 times as much to just train with you. And
to further, drive that point home, or to give kind of credibility to where this has been going. We've been talking about this for a long time. When we had Rick on this podcast, he was doing the market research because of the franchise models, the business that he's in now.
Yes.
And he was talking about the retention of these memberships being down to 3 months. There's so many options for team training. And again, it's the consumers that are making the decision. You can try to be different, but at the end of the day, when the result is a sweaty finish of an hour, 45-minute workout, and really that's kind of the end of it all. Like, that's all these classes are offering. You got to find a way of being different and unique, because people want to go. They're going to go to every one of those. Like, the retention's because they get bored.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Right? Hey, I've done the same thing for 3 months. I want to find a different way of getting the same result that doesn't feel the same. Sure. So they're finding a different version of essentially the same thing that's going to hold them over for a little while.
And then they bounce around.
And they bounce around.
Those are the class pass type people.
Exactly. It's the same people that used to do it to all of us with the Groupon. Mm-hmm. They just get their free sessions with Groupon. They'd come in, they'd do their free sessions, but they never had the intentions of sticking around and seeing the true fitness journey for them. Go the distance.
And as studio owners, gym owners, that at the training level, we want that lifelong client.
Exactly.
Lifelong client that understands it's a journey, it's a process, it's not a class, it's not a workout, it's something bigger than that. And we, quote unquote, call it the program.
Yep.
And you need to have that proprietary thing. So all of this is coming full circle. Every single episode from up till the last 200 episodes until now has been speaking to this in some level, and how to compete in the market when you've got the big box guys doing, $29, or you got the boot camp gym across the street next to the CrossFit, next to the Orange Theory, next to the HIIT studio. A bunch of people in a room getting sweaty is a
workout,
is a class, and all classes are the same essentially to some consumers. And you're kind of in a red ocean. Let's not sugarcoat it. You need to make a switch. We have switch to semiprivate.com. You're going to find all the details on our coaching program to get you to switch out of that boot camp model into semi-private and make that your main source of revenue. And some of you that have semi-private now, you're not doing very well at it. This is we're getting more and more coaching clients that have semi-private, but they're just not crushing it yet. And it's okay. There's some tweaks and twists and things that we can do to absolutely destroy the semi-private revenue stream for your business. You will never go back. There's no reason to go back to anything else other than semi-private training. Go to semi-private training. Now switch to semiprivate.com. Switch to semiprivate.com. We bought that domain for this reason, because it's so important. That's what we do, among other things, is to help gym owners make that transition. And when it comes to semi-private training, it's not just putting less people in a workout and calling it the same thing. It's a very, very strategic approach to the training. The actual experience they get, the programming around it, the workouts they do, the equipment they use, it's all a different thing than the large group training.
Yeah, and that's the point I wanted to kind of drive home is, you might have this service in your business, but if you're not confident every single day that your business is exactly where it needs to be, or that it's trending, it's scalable, that the systems in the business are sustainable and scalable, let's get on a call. I mean, because like Tim said, more of the calls I'm taking are people who have semi-private, more of the people joining us. Mm-hmm. They have been doing this but it isn't the 80-20 yet. Or they don't know how to make that deliverable look different than a small group session or something like that. So if you have those nuances, guys, it's not an all or nothing. Let's have that call. Let's figure out how you might have all of the things in your business that are needed, but let's make them working efficiently, effective for you. The peace of mind as an owner coming out of the program is got to be the biggest clarity gain.
Clarity. Even in 2 calls with our latest clients, they are so clear on the mission. I laid it all out for them yesterday. They're fired up. And it's awesome. And we're going to see some big changes with them. But the point of this podcast is to let you guys understand that you're at the end of the road. You're at the crossroads of making a decision and going all in. I think our episode 3 was going all in or whatever. If you go back, look for that episode. You have to. You can't half step this. You can't half step it. We call it something else in football, but you can't half step this and get, half in, half out. You got to this is what you do now. And sometimes it's hard because, I don't know if my clients will pay that much is coming up, or we kind of do that already, but more people are going into our team training boot camp stuff because of the price point. And there's reasons.
Yeah.
There's reasons why that's happening.
I could ask that gym owner what they do, and they're going to tell me they own a gym or they run a gym.
What's that?
Those people that are in that position, like if they're coming into your business and they're not going into semi-private personal training as the core, it's because you're not marketing, you're not conversing, you aren't clear on what you provide.
Yeah.
And when we ramp it up, guys, if you had the confidence knowing the numbers can't be beat.
No,
there's no way. You can't control your expenses and maximize your income with any other of the deliverables. We tried, broke it 100 different ways. If you had the peace of mind knowing that the routines are delivering results, if you had the peace of mind knowing you knew what to say to consumers and how to get them in the door for this deliverable, and then you could position it in a way like the program versus workouts, where you could outmarket your competition. What else do you want? What else would you need? We're going to take you the whole process.
It's a perfect business. Yeah, it's a perfect business. And guys, case in point, this is what we do here at Pulse Fitness. I had to sit in the seat last weekend and actually do some consultations, and I still got it, y'all. Back to back. So I've converted the last 3 in a row. Zach's converted 4 today, all at our highest price points. They're coming back. I mean, the good news is March has always been our best month in this state. And we're in March right now. You're listening to this in April, but this is our record month of all time ever in 12 years of business.
I was going to say, after what we talked about last week, and
we
there's
have 1 day
more
left.
Yeah.
We got 1 person in there right now. And I'm hoping to get a little
Slack notification
that he converted that one. But, they're all going to semi-private. They don't do anything. We don't do anything else. There's nothing else that we offer for them to do as far as.
Back to the conversation we had when you prescribe based on the client's goals, when you prescribe the offer, the service that is right for those goals, the clients sign up for those programs. I mean, we like he said, nobody's signing up for the other stuff because this is all we talk about.
Yeah.
We deliver results with semi-private personal training.
Yep. And by the way, guys, you'll never see me say semi-private training on my marketing out there.
Correct.
I just don't, at least on Facebook and Google and stuff. They don't know what that means. They're not I say that. This is the funniest story. I say that, but the last person before these ones came in had come from a semi-private training gym and they were looking for semi-private, but that's very, very few, very like 1 in 50, right? Come in, say, hey, do you guys offer semi-private training? They want personal training. They want training. They want a trainer. Those are the things they're looking for. You just do it in a semi-private atmosphere and they don't care. They don't know any different. You may lose some one-on-one private clients that want that one-on-one attention. It's just we don't do that here. So, and I can refer you down the street and you could pay $150 an hour.
And that's exactly it, is because what the business would need to charge to maximize the deliverable of that hour for the business doesn't make sense, guys. Taking that client on means we lose money.
That's correct. We just don't offer it. So I know some gyms out there during COVID, you switched to private and that's what you had to do. But I can tell you, you're probably regretting it now. And it's okay. And I don't blame anybody for doing one-on-one. I mean, trust me.
Sure.
You take you take what you can get at the time, especially with the shutdowns and everything. But it's time to phase that out and start having the conversations with those private training clients that you probably did 10 session packages with, and say, hey, you know, as we get down to our 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, you know, session, it's time, you're ready for semi-private training at this point. We don't need to do one-on-one anymore. And then you can throw 4 people in with them, and there you go. You're back to scaling again. Yeah,
I mean, we've made that transition with a number of gyms too that have gotten out of the one-on-one personal training. The guys are wrapping up now.
Yeah, that's Florida.
How many years? 30 years that business has been running with one-on-one personal training, and they're making the transition now.
30 years, guys. It's awesome. They've been around for 30 years. You know, they're a cornerstone in that Florida market over there where they're at. And they're known for one-on-one private training, and they're switching to semi-private. So, and they're pumped.
And yes, I was gonna say they're confident about it. They're like, they've had conversations with some of the clients already. Like, we know the direction it's going. There's not this big push. 9 times out of 10, every single time, probably I take, why would you not switch? Oh, my clients.
Yeah.
My clients. Guys, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way.
Yeah. So guys, if you're interested in learning more, go to switchtosemiprivate.com. You're going to want to book a call there. There's some good info. You can get on with Randy or myself, and we'll chat it through with you and see if it's a good fit. If it's a great fit, we'd love to work with you. If not, you know, at least you'll leave the call with some good info, and you'll have some decisions to make about what direction. Because again, I think at this point, you're at a fork in the road. It's time to make a decision. Are you going to go down the team training boot camp path for the next 5 years and slowly get eaten up and gobbled up by big box and another gym that opens up across the street? It's really easy to open a large group training facility in today's market. The barrier of entry to open up a empty studio with gym mats and some, you know, kettlebells, and, you know, we're a boot camp model. It's super, super cheap, super easy. You don't have to have much experience, and you're in the same boat as that, right? Why would you want to put yourself there? You're better than that, right? You're better than a boot camp only model. You can train better than that, but not to say that style of training is not good. It's just, you're in the red ocean, and if you want to compete for the same market as everybody else, great, go live there and fight for the scraps. We're up top getting the big money and the big clients and the ones that stay for 36, 38 months, paying $400 or $500 a month. We don't need 50 clients a month at 99. We just don't need it. We don't want it. We don't want it. So come hang with us if you want to, if you want to go to switchtosemiprivate.com, or we can see you guys at the Grow Summit. Either way, guys, take this lesson, make a decision today of what you guys are going to do with your business, because it's time to make that call.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, until next episode, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next show. Bye.